Boys and girls of the moto world, what's going on, you crazy kids? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. What a weekend in the black hole. 2023 Oakland Supercross is in the books. I want to get you guys' take on it, man. I want to know what you guys think about the title chase. No pun intended. But yeah, let's just go over Oakland real quick. Hey, Dirtworks, what's the deal, man? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I want to see our superstars on the racetrack. That was gnarly. Like, that was gnarly, bro. The layout, I mean, the layout was brutal. The layout was pretty crazy by itself. But at the same time, I can live with the layout, you know? You're challenging the best guys in the world. That typically makes for the best races. But when you combine that layout with Oakland dirt, you get what we got. I mean, that was pretty wild, man. That was pretty wild. Shout out to those guys, because I just don't even understand how you put in a 20+2, 20+1 on that track. I don't get it. I really don't. And a lot of them didn't. A lot of guys didn't, because it's just gnarly. Speaking of which, my heart breaks for Filthy Phil, you know. Ah, man. I just hate it for the guy. He's having such a good season. And Jett was teasing him on press day. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jett was teasing him on press day. Kind of, you know, teasing him about the track. Like, oh, man, you're going to wad yourself and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, before the first gate even drops, Phil's got a dislocated wrist. So heal up soon, Phil. The sport needs people like you, man. They really do. We really do. We need you. Styles, super bummed for Styles. I'm really surprised he didn't at least give it a go. Like, if nothing's broken or torn, which I don't know that, maybe there is. But if nothing's broken or torn, Star has two guys on the gate. You got to be there, don't you? I don't know. Maybe it had to have been worse than it looked, and it looked pretty bad. But it had to have been worse than it looked for him not to at least give it a shot. You know what I mean? But then either way, I hope he's all good. I hope he heals up soon. The West Coast has a 5-week break now or something like that. 4-week, 5-week break. So all those guys will have a good opportunity to dial it back, get healthy, get everything in line. I don't remember their first race back. I'll have to look at the schedule. I don't recall. But either way, Styles, Phil, get better soon, man. Still not sure what's going on with Marv. Haven't even really heard his name. Hopefully see him sooner than later. And then all the other people that we already know about. I hope everybody gets on the track as soon as possible. Because, yeah, man, I struggle with tracks like Oakland, because I want to see all the top guys on the track. It's kind of, you know, that's what makes our sport our sport. When Jett wins by 20 seconds, I mean, it's amazing. The kid is ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like, well, I pretty much knew that was going to happen based on how the entire day went, you know, based on how the season has gone. If he doesn't crash 3 times, nobody has anything for him. I don't know that Faulkner would have, but I think he had a pretty good shot. I think he had a better shot than Pierce Brown or, you know, these other 5th, 6th place, 6th or 5th place guys. You know what I mean? But either way, Pierce looked sketchy. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. Pierce Brown, Michael Mosiman. What's going on, fellas? Especially Mosey. Like, I was really expecting him to be in the title fight. Like, in the title fight. I thought he might have a win the first 2 or 3 races. He hasn't even seen the podium. He hasn't even been close to the podium. So not sure what's going on there. Pierce yesterday. Pierce had amazing speed, but he looked super sketchy. Didn't ever look like he had it together, you know? Had really good speed. He's always had really good speed. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the bike? I don't know. And it's hard to blame the guy because of that track combined with the Oakland dirt. Like, I mean, we knew what was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew it was going to happen. You know, it wasn't a mystery. But yeah, really curious what's going on with Pierce and Moseman. I really thought Pierce would be battling with the RJs, and he has the speed too, but he just doesn't look like he has the speed comfortably, if that makes any sense. Shout out to RJ, by the way. Speaking of warriors, RJ and Cameron. I mean, dude, 2 weeks is not a lot of time. Internal bleeding? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? My God. Internal bleeding, and the dude goes out there, wins his heat race, looks amazing, and then just ran out of steam in the main event. I can't imagine he's had a whole lot of time on the bike over the last 2 weeks, right? So shout out to RJ, man. I really like that dude. He has such a great attitude and perspective. Sounds like he gave us a little teaser that we may see him at Daytona on a 450. That would be sick. I think he's a top 10 guy. I think if he puts it all together and he rides like we know he can ride, I think he's a top 10 guy, especially at some place like Daytona. But time will tell. Hopefully we see him. Hopefully we see JETT on a 450. I don't care what anybody says. The dude, I mean, they could tell him he can only ride in second gear and he's going to win this title. Like, it just is what it is, you know? He is head and shoulders above when they're all healthy, and they're not all healthy. So it is what it is. But either way, big props to Cameron, big props to RJ. That had to be a brutal night. 2 weeks is not enough time to heal up from the injuries that those boys had. And they did it. They were out there. They were out there. That's really, really impressive. 450 class. I don't care what anybody says. Chase Sexton is winning this title. He is. He is. Look, I hate the way that they talk about the mistakes. Like the kid is not an incredibly gifted rider. Like what happened to him after the finish line couldn't happen to literally anybody. Like Eli Tomac, Mr. Always figures it out. Should have, he said it himself. His words were, I should have thrown it away on the last lap. He absolutely should have thrown it away. He tucked to the front and somehow stayed on the bike when he got ejecto-cito-cuzzed off the track. It happens, man. It's moto. They are riding at the limit on the gnarliest of tracks in the scariest of conditions. I don't know. I don't see the problem. I don't see the big problem. Yeah, he's thrown away a couple wins. It's not like he's yard sailing himself into the stands and DNFing. His big failures are second and third place. It just surprises me the way that Ricky talks about it. Mr. You win your titles on your bad nights. On Chase's bad nights, he's on the podium. Like, what are we talking about? The kid is blatantly the fastest in the class. Nobody has his speed. I don't know that you could argue that at this point. He's been the fastest qualifier however many times now. He is extremely talented. And I just think as soon as he puts one together, I've heard Daniel Blair say this, and I completely agree. As soon as he takes that checkered one time, I just think it's a wrap. I really do. I think once he gets that extra little validation that he belongs there, because I still think it's kind of hard when you're battling with two-time champs. It has to be difficult, you know? You have to kind of be looking over your shoulder in a sense, like, man, what are they doing that I'm not doing? You know, I should be doing something else, and I'm not. What is it? So I think once he takes one of these all the way, I think it's over. 7 points. We have, what, 11, 10 races to go? Something like that. Plenty of time, man. 7 points? Okay. That's, if Eli gets second, that's 2 wins. As long as Eli gets second. If Eli is third, Chase has the red plate after 2 wins, you know? I don't know, man. I just don't see the big problem. I think, I do think it's going to go to the end, because I think Webb and Tomac are 2-time champs for a reason. So I do think it's going to go to the end, which is awesome for us. We really couldn't ask for anything more. But I just, I believe in Chase, man. I believe in raw speed. I just believe in the kid. And I think he's going to get it done. I really hope he gets it done, because I think this is a big year for the rest of his career up here. If he gets it done this year, yeah, you got this phenom coming into the class next year. But if he's the guy, I don't know, it just gives you a little edge. I think it gives you a little more confidence than if he throws it away, you know? So yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think about the 450 title. And I asked a question on the community page. Do you guys think JETT will go undefeated for the rest of the year? And a couple guys were like, you already got beat. Yeah, when he crashed 3 times. Crashed 3 times and was on the podium. It was a triple crown, which saved him. But do you see that happening again? He just never looks uncomfortable. He never looks like he's riding over his head, and he's 16 seconds ahead in a 250 main event, bro, in 2023. That's wild. Yeah, his main competitors are banged up. I don't care. Pierce Brown was 100%. Like, there's guys in that class that should be able to at least keep some pressure on him, and they can't. They just can't. He's on another level, and I don't think it's unrealistic at all to say that he will sweep the rest of the year. Now, the 2 question marks are obviously the shootouts. I think that's going to be very interesting, man. I think Hunter's mentality, I just think that's going to be very interesting. JETT definitely makes it look easier than Hunter, but I think the results are very, I mean, we saw it out, good God, I can't speak. We saw it in outdoors how many times? They just have a way of pushing each other and staying right on the other one's level. So I think those shootouts are going to be very interesting. But besides those 2 races, JETT doesn't lose. Unless he crashes 3 times. You really think he loses? I just don't see it. But, I mean, anything can happen. It is Moto. We saw a motor fail on him out in outdoors. It's Moto. Anything can happen. But I just think, barring a mechanical or a freak deal, nobody has anything for him speed-wise. He was like 2 seconds faster than 5th place. 2 seconds in qualifying. At this level, dude, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But anyways, back to the 450 class. Huge shout out to my boy CC, Christian Craig. Oh man, I'm so pumped for that dude. He rode so good. I think he was 3rd in one of the time qualifiers. Did okay in the heat. And then in the main event, he was just in the battle all race. And I think he finished 7th. Kenny must have had a mechanical or something, right? Or maybe he just completely backed off because of how bad the track got. I'm not sure. He never looked comfortable all day long. He's like 12th in qualifying. That is not Kenny. I don't care what bike he's on. I know his main wrench wasn't there this weekend, and they just made another suspension change. That's so hard, bro. People have no idea how hard that really is. So, great effort. He had a great day. He had a great day up until the last like 5 laps of that main event. But it is what it is, man. At least he's still healthy. So I still think he's going to get a win. I still think K-Rock gets a win this year. I just don't see him going the whole season without getting one. But then again, him and that bike just looks so far off right now, and it kills me. But hopefully, I think his big picture plan is going to be really cool, because I still believe he did this with some information from Suzuki that, listen, you put us back on the map and we'll give you a motorcycle. So I think he has a completely different bike, maybe even for outdoors, but definitely for next Supercross season. I think that was part of the deal. Look, limp your way through this 2023 year, get yourself right, and we'll get you something. We'll get you a horse for that next season. I think that's kind of the deal. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't have gone there if something like that wasn't on the table. But time will tell. We'll see. But yeah, huge shout out to Craig, man. Awesome ride. AP, Mr. Yeehaw. Bro, another fourth? Or no, not another fourth. He was on the podium last week and then fourth this week. Like super sneaky too. He just kept charging the whole moto. Never made any big mistakes. Fourth place in that class right now, dude. Fourth place is a massive accomplishment. That's such a massive accomplishment. Top 5, you're an amazing rider if you're consistently top 5 in that field. People just do not appreciate how insane that class is right now. It's gnarly. Cooper, listen, man, that's the type of track that in recent past, Cooper would have lost the season. His championship hopes would have more or less been over after a track like that. Last year or the year before, like, or no, was it 21 that he won the title? Yeah, 19 and 21, right? But either way, you guys know what I'm talking about. A track like that, not just with a ridiculous amount of whoops, the longest dragons ever in Supercross. I think. I don't know. I'm just exaggerating. But with the Oakland dirt, like I keep saying, he looked really strong, man. He had Eli. Like, the amount of frustration that was on Cooper's face after that main, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary, man. I don't know. I think he looked really good. I think Eli looked really good. Eli looks so good in those whoops, man. He's so strong, and he just looks so strong. But hurting for Chase, really bummed for Chase. But I don't know. I guess I'm just in the minority. I'm not worried. Like, I'm not worried. Back-to-back weeks. He's got the race won and he throws it away. If that's how you look at it, sure. I see it as he's just hitting his marks. He did the same thing for 20 laps, or it was a pretty long lap time. So he did that same thing for, let's say, 10 laps. And then you saw it. It looked like he hit a patch of black ice. As soon as he hit that face, it just whoop. That can happen to anybody. Eli should have thrown it away on the last lap. So, I mean, it can happen to anybody. Chase has just gotten bit by it the last couple weeks. And yes, it's happened other times. Bro, they are riding the edge all the time. All the time. I'm not worried about it. Chase wins this title, man. I obviously could be wrong. I just think he does. I really think he does. I pride myself on being a pretty good judge of character and kind of seeing people's body language. I don't see it affecting him. He kind of laughs at the people that think it's this big mental deal. He doesn't, to me, I could absolutely be wrong. He could be a great actor. But to me, he just looks like he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, well, still the fastest guy on the track. So eventually that's going to be what matters. And there's so much racing left, man. So much racing left. You got the Speedway track still. You got Arlington next weekend. I think he gets multiple wins and he wins this title. I do. But I would love to know what you guys think. Who do you guys think wins that 450 title? Do you guys think Jett goes the rest of the year without losing a race? And if he does lose, will it be to Hunter in one or both of the shootouts? It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. It kind of stinks that the 250 class is such a snooze fest. But shout out to Jett, bro. Shout out to Jett. The kid is a generational talent. I don't care if people are ready to say that or not ready to say that. What else do you need to see, my friends? When everybody else is struggling, he is shining. So it's a done deal if you ask me. But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. What else? Did I have anything else? I think that's it. Let me know what you guys thought of the track. Did you think it was too much? Did you enjoy it? Do you like seeing just people grenading everywhere? I don't know. I mean, I see both sides, but to me, I want to see our superstars every weekend, man. And it's like every single lap you just see everybody having a moment. Every lap, there's people having moments. You could probably say that about every weekend, but I think this weekend was a little extreme. I could be alone in that. I don't know. But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys' support. I really do. Trying to get up to that 1,000 subs, man, and just keep this train a rolling. Let me know who you guys got for this weekend in Arlington. We get the East Coast back. So much more exciting, in my opinion. Obviously, I think if Faulkner didn't get hurt, that might not be the case, but he did. So it is what it is, man. Anyways, boys and girls, I appreciate you. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.